What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Got another little update here on the Mack fire truck. Do y'all ever have one of those kits that no matter what you do, it just seems to fight you in every way possible and you just want to chunk it? Well, that's this thing, guys. It's a snap tight. Should be relatively simple little build, right? You would think. Well, apparently not for me. If you go back to my previous videos, you will see I had some trouble painting this thing. I don't know if I explained the actual original problem or not, but it's molded in red, and I was going to do a two-tone red and white scheme on it originally. Primed it, got everything looking good, painted my white roof, and when it dried it was pink. And nobody wants a pink fire truck. So then we went through the process of stripping it and repriming and getting it ready again. And that's when I came up with the idea of the green truck, like, you know, the truck that we had. Like I said in the previous video, I'm using Rust-Oleum 2X paint just because that's, I found the correct color in that paint. Did my test spoon. Got it around here somewhere. There it is. Did my test spoon. Like I said before, this is plastic coat primer with a coat of Rust-Oleum 2X silver, and then a coat of the 2X. I have to look again, but I believe the name of the paint is key lime, or the name of the color. Then a coat of clear. Beautiful. Couldn't ask for anything better. Color's good. It's got a nice shine to it. No crazing, no anything weird. It's pretty dang close to the correct color. May not be exact, but it's close enough for me. Get this out of the way. So, started spraying the body. There's my cab. This doesn't have any clear on it. It's all just the 2X straight out of the can. Turned out pretty good. It's got a decent shine to it. No issues with that. Good to go. The body, same thing. Plastic coat primer, a coat of the silver, and then this is actually two coats of the green paint because I put on the first coat kind of light. You can see I tried not to spray the interior there because that's going to be a different color. Anyway, that turned out great. Let's move this out of the way. Let it sit. Now my two color coats I did the way they say you're supposed to. Well, let me take that back. Back up a little bit. The silver was laid down, gave it about 3 days to dry, because I knew when I sprayed that I wasn't going to be available in the next hour or so, hour and a half, to paint the green on. So I gave it about 3 good days to dry. Got my color coats on, let them dry. for about 3 days. I did both color coats at one time. Sprayed it, waited about an hour, sprayed it again. Color coats look good. Let them sit for about 3 days and dry. And then I started to clear. Well, on the spoon, this is a day's dry time between each coat. 1 coat of primer, 1 coat of silver, 1 coat of color, 2 coats of clear. 1 day's dry time between each one. Okay, no issues, no problems. Same exact products used on everything. When I started my clear, we'll start with this chassis pan. No, wait. I actually sprayed this back cab panel first. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on it. Maybe, there you go. Hit it with 1 coat of clear. Set this back down in my little holder. Picked up my chassis pan, which is not painted completely because I'm going to do some other things in here other than just body color. So only the areas that should be body color are body colored. You can see it in that one. And you can see it in that one. It wrinkled my color coat, guys. It's actually way worse on this little panel than it is on the big one. The wrinkles are worse. Naturally, there's more of it on the other piece, but the wrinkles are actually worse in this piece. So when I went to set this back down and saw this sitting in the holder, I immediately stopped. Luckily I did these two first instead of doing the body or the cab first. So when I saw that, I stopped. Just dead in my tracks. No more painting. Put everything back up. Got frustrated. Trying to figure out what happened. Did a little research, and apparently this Rust-Oleum 2X is an enamel paint. And guys, it's really my fault this time. I wasn't thinking about it when I did it. Just assumed, hey, this worked on the spoon, it should work on the body. But what I wasn't thinking about was the weather. Sorry if I got a little shaky, guys. I had to plug the camera in, my battery was dying. What I wasn't thinking about was the weather. When I did this, it was no less than probably 68 degrees at night. Got up to about 80 degrees during the daytime. You know, like I said, I paint outside in my little shop building. Didn't have any problems with this. After I got the color coats on these, all of these parts, weather changed. It went from 60 or 70, 80 degrees in the daytime, no less than 68, 67-ish at night, to mid 60s during the daytime, dropping down to somewhat 40s at nighttime. Rained a couple days, and I just didn't think about it, guys. I really didn't. I should have known better, should have thought about it, but it is what it is at this point. So I'm assuming that when I sprayed my clear on these two parts, and all this was painted at the same time, when I sprayed my clear on these two parts, apparently the paint had not had time to properly cure, and the solvents in the clear made the color coat wrinkle, Which I said, luckily, these two are the only two that are affected. And I may, just for sake of not having to sand out between all of that, and redo this whole piece, I may leave this piece alone because it's the bottom naturally. But I am definitely going to redo this piece. Either try to strip it in some purple power or just take some sandpaper to it and sand it off or something. Because you won't see much of it, but you will see a little, because this piece goes here. And that is actually your back cab wall. So I'm going to redo this one. But for sake of getting this thing done and being able to move on to something else or whatever, I'm not going to clear these. To me, the shine's okay on them. I'm not looking for, you know, showroom quality finish on a fire truck. They do have a pretty good bit of luster to them. I think I'm just going to leave them. Now that doesn't have a lot of shine to it because that's pretty much overspray right there, because there's a piece of chrome that covers that up. Excuse me. But I think we're going to just let these things dry for a few more days. I've got them in the house now. You know, he usually stays about between 68 and 72 in my house all the time, so these things should cure on out. I'm actually, to prevent this in the future, I'm actually going to make me a drying box and keep it in my back bedroom. So whenever I paint something, I can bring it back in the house and have it in a climate controlled environment instead of out in the building. And then also whatever paints I'm using for whatever the project may be will also stay in the house till I'm ready to use them. That way I don't have to worry about any temperature or anything like that. So on to some more stuff. Speaking of the chrome piece for the front, there it is. Try to get it in there where you can see it. Tamiya panel line wash in the front to give it some depth. Headlights are actually molded in, but I took some of my, there you can kind of see it now, took some of my canopy glue and built up lenses for it. The turn signals I painted with the turn signal amber acrylic and then filled in over the top of that with the canopy glue, so it gives an appearance of a lens being in there. Tamiya panel line wash and all the gauges, kind of give them some depth. So that piece and that piece are good. What else have we got? The wheels. The wheels. These, I have some of that Rust-Oleum dull coat. It's not the 2X, but it is Rust-Oleum dull coat. My original idea was spray the wheels with the dull coat, make it look a little better. Clipped a piece of the sprue off about yay big where nothing was. Test sprayed it with the dull coat. Perfect. The exact look I was going for. Clipped the wheels off the sprue, took them out, sprayed them with the dull coat. They look good. Went back the next day, and I don't know if the chrome was just flaky around the centers or what, but all around each wheel and the very center hub holes in each wheel, the red plastic was bleeding through. So I said, okay, back to square one. Shot a coat of primer on them right quick. Let that dry for about 2 days. And then went back with the same silver that I was base coating the body with, which is a kind of a matte silver color. And just sprayed these. And it is the right look. It's what I was going for. Kind of a painted aluminum-ish color look. So those are done now. Those are right. They're ready to go. Ladders are done in a Rust-Oleum aluminum that I had. They're ready to go because all our trucks had aluminum ladders on them. There's one. Here's the other one. Those are ready to go. Nice and aluminum. Not real shiny, not dull coated, but good luster. Looks clean, but not brand new. You know what I mean? Exhaust is ready to go on. That is Tester steel, I believe. Not the buffing colors, just the regular old Tester steel. I'm kind of using what I've got on hand. Rear suspension's ready. Got the shocks detailed. Got some color on the brake chambers. Got them detailed. It's ready to go. The only other things that I have, if I can get them out of this box, is the axe is ready. All of our stuff too was fiberglass handled, so that's why the yellow. And the pipe pole is also ready. Touched the ends with a little bit of silver to make it look like the paint was wore off on this and the axe. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, guys. This is getting a little long. I've got to pick up some paints to do my detail painting on the body and the chassis pan and get that cab piece redone, resprayed. And once all that's done, we can slap her together and I'll be done with it and I can move on to something else. Maybe the next update will be the hand painting on the chassis and the body. Kind of going over what I did with that and what I used and stuff like that. And then the next video after that, hopefully, will be the final on this thing. So I can get it out of my hair, put it on the shelf, and enjoy it. But like I said, we're getting a little long here, guys. Appreciate you watching. Hopefully the next update will be a little sooner. Our Hobby Lobby is back open now, so I can go pick up a few things there. Been watching your videos, enjoying your work. Just kind of hanging out with this whole Corona thing. Still out of work. Gonna be out probably another 2 more weeks, supposedly now. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.